What's up, all you movie freaks out there? It's Jay. I had to be on a little hiatus, but I'm back at you to bring you the man with the iron fists. I know this little getup has nothing to do with the movie I'm reviewing right now, but you know. Oh, had to be done! That was a terrible Mickey Mouse. Who doesn't love a kung fu movie? The RZA wrote, directed, and starred in this movie. I don't know if that's a little narcissistic, but how can you hate the RZA? You can't. When I think of kung fu movies, I think of Master of the Flying Guillotine, which is one of my favorite of all times, and I think that's what the RZA was trying to emulate. You need to know a little bit about the storyline, don't you? Actually, you really don't need to know a lot about the storyline because it's a kung fu movie and all you want is violence and blood. But in case you do, the RZA is a blacksmith in this tiny village, and there's a bunch of clans in this village that all feud against each other, but one of these clans ends up betraying somebody else in the same clan and then steals a bunch of gold. The RZA is helping the son of the man that was betrayed, but the betrayers find out that the RZA was helping this guy, so they end up cutting off his arms. Boom, he was gonna be a cripple, and then he makes iron fists. The last weapon he will ever forge. And it's a doozy. Now, the choreography in this movie was actually really good, but my problem was the way that it was edited. It kind of muddied everything up and you didn't really get to see the awesomeness of the choreography. A little disappointing, there were not enough snap zooms in this movie, and that is a staple in a kung fu movie. You start wide and then bang! Huh? Lucy Liu is a madam at a whorehouse, and most of this movie takes place in the whorehouse. But you don't get to see any boobies, and it's rated R. Lots of blood, lots of killing, lots of violence, no boobies. Huh? Russell Crowe was the jam. Packed on a few pounds for this bad boy, but you give a guy who has a knife and a gun in the same weapon, can you fail?
My name is Mr. Knife. You may call me Jack.
One of the big nemesises in the movie was this dude who turns to brass when you touch him, so it's like punching rock or metal or brass. I think you really didn't need that character in the movie because that's kind of the only not real thing in this movie. So I guess you had to have the guy who turned to brass in there to justify RZA having iron fists, or else it probably would have just been a remake of Crippled Masters. That is a kung fu movie. From start to finish, it was a little over an hour and a half. I enjoyed it, I had a good time. There was a lot of flaws in this movie. It's not an epic movie, it's a kung fu movie. You're not gonna go in there thinking, holy shit, this is gonna be like The Master, cause it's not. You wanna go see a movie that has a bunch of action in it, somebody from the Wu-Tang in it, Russell Crowe in it, a lot of blood, a lot of people getting ripped up, cool choreography, go see this movie. Because when was the last time a kung fu movie came out? So on the chronometer, the tub was full of violence on this one, but it was kind of like my corn didn't have any butter on it. So I'm gonna have to drop it down to right about meh, which is between about half and 3/4 full. Why? Because it was a kung fu movie. I apologize that I was away for a couple of weeks. I know you missed me. So like, subscribe, share, do it all, please. Everybody needs to know about Bathroom Break Reviews. It's gotta get out there. It's starting to get more hits, people, but I need your help. J-A-Y. Why? Because I love you. BBR. Roke Raggy. S-E-E-Y-A. See ya. There's a lot of different styles of kung fu. My favorite is hamster style.
I don't think I'm gonna do hamster style anymore.
That's nice.